help you. As soon as the initial laning phase is over, then we'll create space, we'll keep the Enchantress busy, you go farm elsewhere.
I think this AA pick is really cool from Liquid. It's usually ET that made AA kind of get overlooked, but AA has like a really good buff on the teammates too because of the magic resistance debuff.
The Ice Ward.
Yeah, so I think it's a pretty good combo.
This is an absolute random classic. The Shadow Shaman, expecting him to play it. I think Setsu has played this hero before for RNG as a mid hero, but that's very unlikely to happen here. So more or less
mid Shaman in an elimination game at TI.
I mean, sometimes you go for something crazy. You're like, wait, why did Liquid just play Night Stalker in an elimination game?
As we saw in those stats, Lanham indeed. Big ol' Serpents, 5-0 win rate so far.
It is especially good against Ember mid, the Rasta mid, so, and it's something that Liquid loves. The Ember mid, of course.
Something that Shaman has a bit as a weakness, I would say, as a hero is there's plenty of 2v2 lanes where your hero is not as good as it can be just because, you know, one of your spells is channeled in lane, and there's very few spells like that. So if you play against any interrupts, silences, stuns, or mobile heroes that you can't reach, Shaman can't really fulfill his potential, but he's playing with Enchantress. So, like we said before, this hero can do so much on its own that it frees up Lanham to either move around, try to gank mid, he can play pressure in the lane because Enchantress can take up so much, like just so much harassment. She can frontline for the Shaman in the lane, basically.
Yeah. RNG definitely have like really strong lanes, but one thing that I'm kind of worried about is their team fight.
Yep.
Last game they got out team fight, so I thought that was something that they would think about coming to this match, but apparently not. They just want to like win the lanes.
Oh, not yet, at least.
Yeah, not yet at least.
So RNG gonna ban out two fairly, well, one typical mid, one semi-atypical mid, Templar Assassin and the Pugna. Obviously, Pugna is a big issue for Shadow Shaman. His Serpent Wards costs a ton of mana. Nether Ward will literally just disintegrate him if he tries to cast it. But are there any mid heroes that are afraid of Pugna that RNG are trying to, you know, maybe protect that matchup? Or is it mainly they just don't want to have any push, or they mainly just want to protect the Shadow Shaman?
It doesn't feel like that good of an OD game, so...
Yeah, so that would be like the most typical Pugna mid lane counter kind of thing.
Pugna is decent against Lina at some stages of the game. I'm not quite sure, actually. I don't know if this Pugna ban was even necessary. It's got good synergy with Liquid's heroes because of the Ice Vortex, because of the setup stun to make sure you get Drain off. Massive magic amp with Decrepify and all this.
And more magic damage to kill an Enchantress who, as we've seen before, is famously difficult to kill.
But now they got another magic burst. I don't know how much that helped.
Yo, this fluffy tail is gonna get touched, let me tell you.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that Pugna ban was to just protect the Enchantress.
Liquid gonna ban out Ember Spirit and Faceless Void in their second phase.
I wonder what RNG is gonna pick for their team fight, because not a lot of team fights come from position 5 these days outside of ET.
Yep, it's true.
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
Oh, that ain't it, Chief.
Now another single target, but it's a strong laner. Once again,
this feels like a game where RNG needs to play fast, I think. Unless they can somehow get a wonderful last pick, which they don't even have, actually. They are the first big team. They're lacking in a lot of departments. They don't have any AoE currently that's worth talking about. They don't have very good scaling outside of the Enchantress. Well, Shaman actually as a core can, or as a support can actually scale fairly well, so maybe that's a bit unfair to say. But you kind of have this feeling looking at this lineup that when it comes to these mid-late game team fights, these heroes could struggle. They're kind of food for Tiny and Sand King right now. All of their heroes have low health pools, so...
I mean, for what it's worth, though, these three heroes that RNG have so far, amazing laners.
Absolutely strong.
So difficult to deal with. Shadow Shaman has ridiculous base damage, and Bane is very, very difficult to harass.
Yeah, they're gonna win the lane, and they need to keep up the pressure and snowboard them.
Something we've seen at this main event, though, is that we haven't had that many wins come off just flat out snowballing the game and destroying it. A lot of the times, it comes down to who can take a good team fight around the 15 to 25 minute mark. Even if you're 10k gold behind and you get a good fight, because you have a good teamfight lineup, suddenly the game can swing by 5 or 6k, and all of a sudden the balance has been restored in the game. And Liquid's teamfight looks wonderful right now. They will go for the OD, so the Pugna ban makes more sense now. That gives them, it's another strong laner. It gives them some team fight. It's good AoE damage. It has a save against all of these hard stuns against the AA ulti.
But why were you initially not considering the OD? Whenever the Pugna ban came out, you're like, yeah, this isn't like great of an OD game, just because you don't know the mid lane matchup yet?
It's not a popular hero too.
Also true.
You didn't necessarily know your matchup. You didn't have anything clear to save against, like Duel or something like this, or Chronosphere. Yeah, because sure you can save against the Sanking stun, but it's not the same like tier of spell, right? It's a low cooldown spell that you will have again in the fight, and it will not be totally game breaking a lot of the time to save from that. And also, again, what's the synergy with the team, right? What are you playing?
I'm telling you, strong lanes for days.
It's
win the
very
game
clear.
in 10 minutes. No one cares about what happens afterwards.
I mean, this is very clearly RNG's plan is to play on heavy laning and then try. I think their last hero needs to be able to kill Roshan so that they can try to push their early game timing. I think Lycan could be a possible option here. He's very good at running at the backline, so he can get the AA out of the fight. He can kill the Rubik. And he has the tempo that RNG needs. I think if they don't pick something quick here and they try to go slow, the mid-game fights are going to be so hard.
So yeah, I heard your brain wrinkling. What's on the line?
I was thinking Liquid might pick Broodmother or Repo because there's so much single target and events fan out, so...
Okay, that's some more team fight. That's also okay. Like, again, it's tempo, right? It's a carry that can move around and can take early fights, has a lot of damage, is a strong laner. So it fits the bill, but I still have the same concerns. Can you break high ground? Can you take big towers? All you have to take towers with is the Serpent Wards, and in order to plant those, you need to be able to protect them. And I am not sure. I'm very skeptical here, you can hear from just seeing how the main event has gone with this teamfight kind of style. But I would love to have RNG prove me wrong and just run over the lanes and just snowball the game out of control. But I think this one could be a really hard one.
Arc Warden. So not the Meepo, not the Broodmother, but another mid lane classic that Liquid like to go for. It's the Arc Warden. Gentlemen,
probably going into safe lane though. Miracle.
All RNG's
that's
three
true.
cores are range, so it looks like a really great game for Arc Warden.
like a pretty solid matchup, though RNG are so heavily reliant on doing well in the laning phase. Because if things go maybe like 25 minutes, Arc Warden's going to get out of control.
He's playing against, is that 5 ranged heroes?
I believe so,
With
yes.
magnetic field?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
but Gyrocopter, he's cool to get in there.
It's a really good pick this game.
All right, well, let's take a look at what Liquid's justification is as we send it over to Casey to speak with Roman.
Just with those 2 braces and those early these early towers, early objectives, that's just going to fund the minuses.
Thank you very much, Casey. Yes, game 2 getting ready between Liquid and RNG, and obviously RMN doesn't want to divulge too many secrets behind the reasons on their picks, but I've got to probably agree with the draft panel, right? The reason why the Arc Warden is so good this game is magnetic field. It's going to seem pretty OP against all these ranged heroes.
Yep, it gives them a decent matchup too if they do want to send it in the mid lane versus Sensu, which looks like it's going to be the choice. They're putting Weehaw, even though Weehaw's playing the Tiny, so it's like a mind game, right? Like sometimes you see players, they swap roles, but they're, you'll still see them do this, but this one, they're even going to maybe show Weehaw that he has these Tango on the salves. So they're going to know, they're going to hide Weehaw so they don't see that he has a Tango salves, and they're going to expect that it's a Tiny mid, but Miracle's going to be the one that kind of switches it up, and they're going to now put the Sanking in a matchup versus Enchantress. So high magic damage, of course, and also you're going to just be fine down bottom as a Sanking, because you're just going to farm versus that Ench. And we look at the draft of Liquid, what I'm seeing is a first pick Enchantress from RNG, and I see magic damage, magic damage, magic damage, magic damage, and magic damage.
All across the board from Liquid in that sense. And that mid lane matchup, right, Arc Warden against the OD, it can get pretty messy for the OD, right?
I think you should.
How would you sort of...
You should still be able to get your last hits just fine as an OD, right?
You don't think once those...
Once the level gets, once you get to like 6, once you get to like 5 and 6, you might get like...
Okay. I just feel like the pressure, you know, these rates being laid down, and if he gets split from the creep wave, he's going to be vulnerable.
I think he should be okay. At least until like the laning phase, until later on. But it is a ranged hero, so that means Miracle's going to farm as well. That's the thing, is Miracle's not going to get put under, because he's this high range hero, so you're not going to walk up and Astral a 625 attack range hero. It's just not going to happen really too much in the laning phase. So you'll see him probably use those Astrals on the creep wave. And maybe you'll see actually rotation come out. Maybe we will see a gank come out for those Spark Grid setups with either that Rubik or maybe even a Tiny. Fun combo as well. I've actually tried this one in pubs, just for some fun with a couple of like the pros. I think I did it with No Tail. Is the Arc Warden plus the Tiny. Later on in the game, you have traps set up. You have Spark Grid set down, and you toss one hero into it, they just die pretty much instantly. So should be fun. As Setsu actually gets up into Miracle's face and gets that Astral off. So he still does at least have that 30 movement speed to get on top of the Arc Warden to get those Astrals off.
Kuro and Arfu trading blows down the top lane. Both bring themselves down to pretty similar HP. We'll see in these side lanes, you know, which is the lane that you've got to be worried about. Bottom lane, Ench, one of the stronghold offlaners, should be pretty fine, but the top lane, RNG, they are looking to chase. The support's collapsing in towards Kuro. Kuro will be able to get away in the trees. They'll turn for the bigger one, surrounding Weehaw. As Weehaw, he gets taken out. RNG with this tri-lane. They've got a lot of aggressive potential.
And you've got your answer right there.
This is where the action's going to be.
Yep, this tri-lane is really where it's all going to happen. They did use a lot of resources in Afu. He's actually dropping very low. He's going to get the brain sap off.
But verifying the brain sap. He's going to be fine. Oh no, the salvage way. Salve gets cancelled, but it saves his life. And Kuro...
He used a fairy fire as well.
He had to step pretty far forward for this. He will also survive. Monet trying to chase both of these supports with the help of Lana, but GH and Kuro will keep themselves just out of range. Kuro goes for the quick trip back to base with the neutral creep denied.
Afu says, me too, why not? The Wild Wings now having the most kills in the game. Both suiciding and getting back as... Yeah, this tree throw, the tree grab there by Weehaw. He wants to secure the last hit, but that makes it so that lane right there, they know that he has it, so they're going to get very aggressive up on that.
They just run him down.
Yeah, and as the panel mentioned, they're going all about the lanes on RNG. So that's why you see Liquid, they try to do these type of dodge lanes and move things around and be a little bit different and just catch them off guard here. As we see mid, fairly even as we were saying, but now Miracle has an illusion rune. So this is actually pretty strong here as a ranged hero. He should be able to secure pretty much every last hit with this. So that's going to cause problems for Setsu. Good old illusion or DD runes at 2-minute mark. Really change the tides.
Yeah, I was going to say they're using the Astral there, the only way to really get CS during this time against that illusion.
Yeah, Miracle's going to get every single last hit pretty much here. I say that and he gets denied right away.
Did he actually? That did get denied. We missed that on the screen, but it looked like...
No one saw it.
I was going to say, yeah. Shouldn't happen, but Miracle there for whatever reason getting a little lax with just hitting the creep.
Yep.
Top lane. Monet in trouble. Quick. Again, this up in both sides on this top lane keep getting brought incredibly low.
Gyro's not getting last hits. He's committing forward for kills, but he only has that 5 and 6 right now to the 8 and 8 of Weehaw. In Gyrocopter, you really want to make sure you're getting more of those in comparison. Like Tiny, you don't get all those last hits, you're going to make up for your golden kills later on. I guess Gyro's not the same, but you want to get off to a good start to get that early items and 8p, because you don't want to get burst down. So illusions will go away there, and Miracle, he got a big advantage from that one. I mean, it was 17 and 8. Setsu was able to get a couple of denies, but Setsu actually getting chased forward now. The Spark Rates dropping very low.
And this is sort of the danger. Setsu's got to be careful of. He's got regen out, so we'll be fine to sustain and stay in the lane. Same as be set Miracle. Mana starts to fall a little low though for Miracle, so it will be harder for him to go for those aggressive plays.
5 is playing this pretty nicely down bottom. It's 17-4, and he's also made sure he's got the Satyr Mind Stealer. He's actually just walking over and trying to burn Mind Control's mana so he can't just keep spamming that Sandstorm. It will go down eventually. But he also was using the big Satyr to keep himself healed up and also put some pressure onto Mind Control too earlier. So he's using that enchant to his advantage, as he doesn't need too many points in Untouchable. The 2 points is more than enough. And Mind Control is actually, this is pretty unexpected. He moves to check the power rune, and he's got an invis.
Oh,
Setsu.
He's kind of low.
He's got to be careful how he uses the Astral or sets up, and now he might be aware of something.
Miracle just watching. I think Setsu He's wondering.
Yeah, he's like, where'd the bottom lane go?
Has to be a bit of time that Mind Control is going to miss out on a wave with that move up towards mid and then back down bottom.
We'll give Miracle also some last hits though, right? He gets a couple more extra denies.
Take a rune down bottom. Looks to be the same situation up top. Neither side looking for a brawl yet.
Radiant structure
2 for 2.
fortified.
An aggressive glyph coming out, I believe, from Miracle there to make sure that Setsu does not get the range creep last hit. See a lot of mid players usually end up using that first glyph just to get a little bit of an advantage. And Miracle is starting to get quite a big one here as these levels build up. As we said, once the level 6 comes out, it becomes way more difficult for the OD. You are at risk of dying versus this Arc Warden.
And so just really what the gyro that's a little behind on stairs, but very, very close for the most part between these two teams in these first 5 minutes.
So we're, Pano was mentioning how important it is for RNG to come out ahead in the lanes, and they're not really doing so that much right now. And you have to be pretty worried. There's such an immense amount of team fight coming up from Liquid. They're getting aggressive.
Weeha just dives in, looks towards that, and they will turn with a lockdown missile and the Hex out onto Weeha. He's got a stick charge. Nightmare holds him down though. Weeha trapped underneath the tower. RNG will punish Liquid for trying to get in. A very aggressive play, moving past the tier 1 and trying to get on top of the supports. Won't pay off for Liquid.
On him. Steps up a bit far here.
As the stick charge, to try and get himself out of vision, will be able to turn back, get the Hex off, cost him his life. He may have just set up for more glory for Monet as he chases down Kuro with the missile. Kuro's trying for a neutral creep deny. It's not going to happen. Monet gets another, and Setsu in position, ready to set up. TH is trapped in the Astral. Monet gets on top of him. The Mana's back up for another rocket barrage, and RNG break down that top lane of Liquid.
Punching back, an over-aggressive move by Weeha gets punished heavily. He tries to commit forward for that, and ends up getting a couple of his teammates killed. Even though they get a trade kill, definitely a big RNG favorite move there. It's Mind Control. We'll need another impetus as we saw the Sentry Ward was placed earlier, so we'll be able to always push Mind Control out of lane a bit. But he's still far from the sinking. But we do see that mid advantage as soon as 6 comes out. Setsu is starting to get pushed away here, and every time he does step up, he is at risk.
Very hard for him to sort of stand by the wave with that equilibrium active and really build his mana back up. Anytime he uses the Astral, Miracle knows he's vulnerable, so he has to step back.
I mean, he just keeps getting hit by these Spark Rays, and it's the new set from Miracle. That new Arc Warden set, these little dragons, it is a bit harder to spot. We were looking at it. It's the outline of it does make it a little bit harder to see.
Nah, you just got to get good.
He's got to get good. Yeah, Setsu's eaten quite a few of those Spark Rays. He's actually been pushed to the jungle now. Not where you want to be as an OD. I think he's having to take... He's actually had to use both of his team's shrines now at the 7-minute mark. He took the top one for himself, and he's also taken the bottom one now too. Giving a free farm lane to Miracle.
Liquid. There's a nice stacks done as well. May maximize the efficiency of being up on this top lane.
Invisibility.
Let's see what they can do. So they do start to push the wave in. Monet has to be careful. Any potential pressure could lead to another dive attempt. Even though last time, of course, did go well for RNG. Bringing Setsu around, making sure they had the numbers to kill off the supports. After an over-aggressive play.
Bottom, on him. He's stalking Mind Control, but Mind Control puts the sentry down. We'll get dusted. And he's actually just trying to kill Lanem inside the sandstorm. But
able to keep the distance, turn with the shackles.
The neutral! Oh my god, you can't be kidding me.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
What?
It actually swung as he shot. Oh my god, that's so unlucky for me.
Against Impetus and the shock, and the neutral creep gets it. Oh, poor old RNG. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Looks like neutrals are working in favor of Liquid.
Does seem like it right there.
That would have been a juicy kill. You know, Mind Control was...
He's high level. He's level 7.
Chilling down.
That would have been so much XP for both of them. For Lanem, he kind of needed that one.
And he gets denied.
Gets denied, and now top. That one's not going to get denied.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
As Weeha starting to build up those levels, 3 points in that avalanche. Now they're starting to have the damage to burst these heroes down quite easily. Even Arcane Boots now finished on GH, so they're going to look to keep this going here. Monet has to be careful. He's going to back up, and he's actually just going to leave.
Yeah, straight out. Looks to make a move down to bottom. Maybe see if he can make it a progressive play. They're bringing in a 4th hero. 4 members of RNG looking to go straight towards that bottom lane. They didn't get Mind Control last time. they want to make sure that this time they do get the kill.
The max sandstorm, so it is going to be doing a lot of damage if they do dive under here, if Liquid wants to contest this, and he's already prepping his escape route. He's cutting the trees.
With Monet diving in like that, mind control he's going to be straight out of there.
It's a full HP tower, though. They're actually just going to send the Arc Warden clone.
It's just a lot of resources. They have to find something out of this RNG, otherwise it's a fair bit of time wasted.
I mean, this one illusion, this one Tempest double is going to push them away here. The Spark Wraith hits on him and
it's just so much space being given. Top lane, middle lane. This is not efficient from RNG.
No, it is not. And they're sending Flyby top, but like we mentioned, the draft of Liquid is just all up magic damage. He's going to be able to get that level 2 heal off. He does have the max untouchable, so he will be okay now as they didn't have the second follow-up disable. But they want to go for this tower. 10-minute mark. Team's trying to take advantage of that siege creep.
And this will be the tower going down. Flyby with the heal ending. Doesn't want to step back forward.
Is under attack.
This is going to be a very early blink dagger for Weehaw, and like the panel said, you look at RNG's draft, they have no frontliner. They're 5 ranged heroes. They are all extremely squishy in this game to the burst potential of a Tiny. Throw in an AA that gets an early level 6, they can easily set up for kills with an Ice Blast with a Tiny combo on pretty much anybody in the game on the side of RNG.
The combos are very, very strong. And you sort of look at the lineup too, it's a question of who's building the pipe, who's rushing a BKB. None of these heroes necessarily wanting to do that.
They drafted like I said, it's a 5 range lineup, so you don't have your traditional ways to start fights. You don't have your traditional ways of just team fighting either, as they do kind of stack the disables there with that toss. I believe he actually didn't get the damage done onto him because of that lift there, and Flyby will actually push them all 3 away.
Still definitely the tricky kill for Liquid, this Enchantress. To the point where they've already taken the tier 1 tower. They're probably better to look to push their efforts elsewhere. Still a mid tier 1 and a bottom tier 1 that's there for the taking. Miracle start to push on mid. Setsu will come back into the lane.
RNG was trying so hard to get some damage on the bottom tower. Remember, they brought the 4 heroes, right? They only got 178 damage on the tower because Mind Control just pushes the wave out. Sandstorm, he's super farm too. He's also going to have a very early Blink Dagger. And they've got stacks in preparation to be able to continue their farm and growth. RNG, they're still farming pretty well, but you have to feel that they double down. They like triple down on just wanting to win these lanes, and they aren't really coming out that far ahead at all.
Yeah, I mean, sure they've got a couple more kills, but net worth's pretty even. They are getting even farm, but certainly not ahead.
They're gonna really need Monet to be that tanky frontliner for the team as well as Flyby. Got to be getting the drums and just straight into the BKB. They're going to need those early magic immunities versus this high magic damage. Mind control.
Mind control's been found. Everything getting thrown down upon him. Some TPs were thought about. Are they going to follow up on them? Still going in with this one. Miracle's just the double. So mind control does get found. This time RNG with the numbers should be able to take this tower out. Ice Blast will fly in. Cause a minor issue for RNG. They're not too phased with the wards out in range of the tower. They'll take this one away from Liquid.
It's a nice move by RNG. Just knowing they need to get some type of map control. If they start to lose too many towers and they're not able to keep that pressure going, when they have a Shadow Shaman on their draft, it's gonna be pretty difficult. Good move there as Flyby. We see the Hood pick up. He's also got level 10. Probably gonna choose to take the talent maybe at 11. Since he didn't take it that time, maxing out the heal. So high magic resist will be coming out for the Enchantress. And they're actually pinging down bottom. They look like they want to continue their aggression here. Try to control the enemy jungle of Liquid. But Miracle is free farming.
With that double Midas efficiency with the Tempest double, the time is definitely going to be ticking a little bit for RNG. They must keep this pressure up. Flyby still this very strong core Enchantress that it is difficult for Liquid to kill, even with the magical burst they have because of that Hood. Yeah, at this point in time, it's probably not enough to get a quick kill. Flyby's always going to have that chance to pop the heal and get away. And
the other important thing that they do have is they have save, right? Setsu, Force Staff, as well as Astral. So if he's in position, he can look to set up if they do throw out everything onto an edge. Line in.
They're in. Now look for the combo. GH is there with the follow-up. And Lanham is found. Arfu trying to see if they can react. Setsu slides in with a Force Staff. He's on top of Kuroki.
Spark Wraith though.
Kuroki will get taken back towards the mid. Flyby knows that he can stand here, clean up the wave. There's no chance of going on him.
Monet tried to get aggressive and just ate a double Spark Wraith, had to back up immediately. I'll try to go on GH. They're still farming pretty good on their 3 cores. For RNG, they still have that going very well for themselves, and they're trying to keep taking these fights to Liquid. They've got the Serpent Wards available again. Looks like they're going to go to try to set up for their Bounty Runes and maybe get this top tower. They're pinging out also maybe into that mid lane area.
Going for this wraparound play. RNG, their eyes towards mid. Liquid themselves, stepping away from the area, only leaving Miracle on that mid lane.
They want to punish him. They have full vision of him with that ward they've placed on the high ground. On that right side. But diving past that tier 1, it's very, very scary. As Flyby, the blink come out, the AA blast, he gets the hood off.
Do they have the damage? I don't know if they do. It's going to be close. At least Hex is out, Red. Okay, with the lift back. There we have it. That'll bring him down under the threshold. It takes pretty much everything. But Liquid showing that very strong hero, the Enchantress, can still be killed by their full lineup. Will leave space up top for the pressure to come in from RNG as they'll push down onto the tier 1 tower. GH is in, and so is Weehaw.
Liquid's got double blink daggers. They want to contest this. RNG, they have to back up. There's no Enchantress available for them here. They're immediately starting to send elsewhere.
He's going to just walk in with a background straight away. No hesitation for Lanimo. Drop the Serpent Wards on Ult. We'll see at the same time with the cooldown from Setsu. He'll fall. Miracle gets the kill. Monet will be able to strike back, but mind control in with the epicenter straight on top of the gyrocopter. Will secure the trade for Liquid for now because it's still going. The TP's in. Attempt for the Fiend Script. Arfu's trying to pick off Weehaw, but again, Liquid, they've got the numbers. The disables are there. As Arfu shaken up, Enchantress Flyby will get the deny, but it is 4 kills that Liquid are able to make happen in that middle lane.
They get Miracle, they commit both of the cores, just getting on top of him, but we saw that bubble. The bubble from that Tempest double with that magnetic field being able to protect him for just long enough for the backup to get there. And they end up getting multiple kills, and they're not slowing down. These blink daggers, they want more.
For the jump,
Wants to toss back.
The setup, do they have the damage? They're going in straight away with that stolen Fiend Script. It is enough. GH. Yeah. Has the control and has that extra bit of damage required to get the Enchantress. As Liquid, they're eyeing up another. Weehaw. He's in with the combo straight down onto Arfu. Get the chance for the brain sap, and Arfu will live.
Ooh, the raindrop saving him there for sure. One of the best items in the game versus the Tiny. As we see raindrops and bracers usually be the pickup. More space for Miracle to farm. Monet also doing pretty decent on the side of RNG. But these blink daggers, this tempo, RNG has to be careful not to get caught off guard by these quick jumps. As a Veil now picked up for the Sand King. So like we said, all magic damage, lots of magic damage, amplification from Vortex. Now they have a Veil as well to look to set up for those.
Where they're going to head to now.
Setsu has a windlace in his inventory over his Dragonlance. I guess he wants movement speed, but
I guess he's not fighting. But efficiency, movements,
the courier's coming
probably
anyway.
favoured.
He's going to Hurricane Pike delivered anyway. So bam.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Who needs the Dragonlance? Oh, Setsu. Mind control.
Next on.
Trying to start something off on this top lane.
Just the magic damage is building up. Look at Monet, how low he's dropping already.
He's in. There's going to be a defensive backdrop from Setsu, keeping Monet safe. Serpent Wards down. They trapped up mind control. The big ice blast is going to be flying over this after the back. I believe gets pretty much all 3 of them. Didn't quite get Monet though, so Monet will be able to walk out. As RNG, they've got the 2 kills. Liquid still trying to fight, and with the drag back, they'll get Flyby as well as Lanham. A 2 for 2. Monet. If that ice blast connected, it was so close as well. Yeah, it didn't. He gets to walk out alive.
It was so close, but he was right on the cusp of it, being able to dance himself away. And it's important for him to survive in all of these fights. Monet needs a BKB so he can survive the burst damage. We can get that off before they do all the combos. And he's getting close. I'd imagine Setsu's probably doing the same thing, either a blink or a BKB, as he does queue up both.
GH got a little bit of time until that Fiend's Grip goes. Probably not going to be long enough for him to make another play with it.
He's going to
use it fall.
Just kidding.
But Ether Lens is done. He's got that extra reach now, GH.
Yep.
Got to watch out for these steals, especially that Fiend's Grip. Always going to be a a juicy one for him to grab.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a classic counter pick for a long time versus that Bane, just having the Rubik. Rubik has a pretty decent amount of spell set, which don't look like the most obvious, and not these Ravages or anything, but even getting Astral. Astral is a very good spell to steal on a Rubik, as we used to see. I think Liquid used to actually pick the Rubik into the OD quite a lot when they first formed. I think when they first picked up GH, it was just like, we're picking Rubik every time versus that hero. They do really like that matchup. And they're smoking. They've got some big item timings here. And it is, of course, those bounty runes that they're looking to set up for and keep the fights going. Allow Miracle to keep free farming. But RNG, they're keeping it. They're keeping their farm up. They're that close.
20 minutes in, it's dead even on the gold.
Setsu's level 17 on the OD as well. He's farming beast. Miracle only level 15 on that Arc Warden. But really keeping himself ahead of the game here.
Dire's bottom tower.
They can keep Setsu safe in the fights. What sort of safety do they have? They do have the heal from Enchantress. Let's see if Setsu's able to find himself in a situation where he can really rack up the end. Ace ring. Will be grabbed by Setsu. Bottom lane, Miracle. Be able to find another tower. As RNG stay together. Over on Liquid's top half of the map, away from forming any sort of a defense. Both mid waves and bottom are being pushed in against them. They'll now go for the smoke up move themselves, trying to bait a little bit with Setsu. See if they get any sort of jump out of Weeha. Liquid starting to move back across the jungle towards that area. If RNG can get the wraparound or reach in, they have the Fiend's grip. Lanham on the front lines as well, ready to offer the disable required to start a fight off Lanham.
Lanham will get broken. My control, he sees him, he wants him.
It's back up for Lanham. Can they help him out? Arthur's going to try him. The Ice Blast straight down on Lanham will kill him off. The pass over from the Ice Blast does flip on a flyby. So 3 hits straight away. Monet, he's still going to try and fight this. He's moving in with the BKB Setsu as well. They're looking to come in. There's the ult. Slam down onto Miracle. They'll get the kill, but it's going to cost him his life. Mind control back in with the counterplay. Burrow Strike will catch out Setsu. And we are jumping in. Arthur brought back for this. Triple kill for Weeha. As RNG, they really tried to force that. They went for the smoke, lose their support. Monet and Setsu, they still felt confident, overconfident with that Monet BKB. They went in for that fight, but they didn't have the backup. Liquid had the numbers. And sure, you killed off Miracle, but it cost you a lot.
They had to know that there's no way they get anybody else in that fight. That's a full commit just to kill the Arc Warden, because they've already lost pretty much, they've lost everybody else on their team. It's 2 versus 4 into it, well, 2 versus 5 actually, with the Tempest level still down as well.
At this point, you know, it's Monet, he's popped the BKB already before those 2 dies, so it feels like he's got to make something happen. They know that Setsu is incredibly strong at the moment. They get the kill, but there's no escape, there's no way out for Setsu.
Yeah, and like we said too, like Setsu, when he dies, he's level 18 in those situations. The amount of experience, we saw it go 6,000 experience in favor of Liquid there. So it looks like we're going to see defensive items being picked up now. That magical damage is really proving to be a bit of a problem for Miracle. He's queued up his own BKB on the Arc Warden, and when he gets that one, OD and Gyrocopter, they're completely nullified as they're not really going to be dealing that physical damage at all. So he looks like he's going to be farming that one. We saw him very vocal as well after he does get brought down, probably saying, hey guys, I need either 4 steps to peel me away from the Gyrocopter or my own type of magic immunity. Maybe even a pipe. I'm not sure if anyone's going to queue that one up, but it doesn't look like it's the case. These team fights, we see how much damage Liquid does have with all that amplification.
RNG still sticking around. Very hard for them to get sort of the quick kills without the sanities. Smoke's going to be used. Immediately Setsu takes it off himself and gets back to hitting the creep wave. So trying to draw the attention away. See if they can catch Liquid off guard. Miracle would be a juicy one on his own. Could be a chance to kill him without any sort of payback. And they're straight up with the ult. Miracle is dead. And can they keep everyone alive? Flyby, he still wants to continue to try and fight. Weeha's going to get the chance to jump in and over onto Lanham. The buyback's coming out from Lanham. Get the control with a quick force. Will separate Flyby from the aggression of Liquid. As RNG will keep their cause alive. And that one they'll definitely take. Taking down Miracle, only costing them the life of the Shaman.
Very nice smoke move there. They're identifying that they can just keep moving around the map and trying to take the fights and just getting on top of Miracle before he's able to get that magic immunity. They also have a crazy amount of damage coming in from their draft if they do get on those targets. And Lanham was the main focus of all the damage from Liquid there. RNG trying to turn this into a tower.
Can Liquid fight this there? sort of hovering around on the high ground. Mind control doesn't have epicenter. They're going to go in with the ice blast. Combo straight away onto the two of them. They're able to blow him down low, but there's the astral save. Sensu keeping Monet fine as RNG. Thinking about diving past this 2-1 tower. Monet, in fact, just popping the BKB and backing off. Miracle's back in the game, and they're starting to clean up. Liquid, they've got the lockdown onto Flyby. He's forced down to the low ground. Continue to retreat as Spark race out. Weeha's trying to chase. They'll get themselves out of there. Only the Bane to go down, and Mind Control again. He's the one to fall for that attempt to try and strike back at RNG.
Great positioning. Setsu able to bail out both of his other cores there with the Hurricane Pike as well as that Astral to ensure that Monet gets the BKB off. But they don't get the tower.
Where's my pension? No, take that.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Gotcha!
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Myself right.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
I was meant to have this.
Has fallen to the Radiant. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Nature attend us.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Force of the
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I'll take your tribute. Haste. Rolling out.
Fortunes change. That should help.
Stonefall. Haste.
Radiant are scanning.
Invisibility. Look out for fallen rocks.
Take heed.
The sprites are with us.
So many cells, so little time.
Here's the good ammo.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So they
I'll take your tribute.
Where's my pension?
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Healing power.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Is under attack.
Heal us.
Rock on!
Gotcha.
Illusion. Regeneration.
Wages of fear.
Radiant are scanning.
As foretold. Invisibility. Your king is risen.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Under healed.
Look out for fallen rocks!
Where's my pension?
Regeneration.
Illusion.
Wait up.
Dire are scanning. Radiant are scanning.
Healing power.
I'll take your... I was meant to have this. Look out for fallen rock!
The sprites are with us.
Your song has fallen to the Radiant. Dire's top shrine is under attack. Dire's top shrine has fallen. Dire's bottom shrine is under attack. Dire's bottom shrine has fallen.
future attend us.
Balance the scale.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I was meant to have this.
Ah, that's the stuff.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack. Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
Thanks.
That should help.
Balance the scale. Myself right. Double damage!
Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
I left my hoof prints in the back.
Radiant are scanning.
Illusion. So many selves, so little time.
Wages of fear.
Dire are scanning.
Gotcha!
Invisibility. Regeneration.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
invisibility.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
So many selves.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That should help.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I have seen the other side. Wait.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Myself right.
Healing power. I'll be right back.
Balance the scale. Rolling out.
Come get healed.
A rolling stone.
Invisibility.
Illusion. Enough.
Fortunes change.
Must be driven.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Nature attend us.
Dire's bottom tower, Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Double damage.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
That should help.
Dire are scanning.
Sprites. Must be dreaming.
A rolling stone.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's ancient is under attack.